Action News 24 is on your side. From JET TV in Pennsylvania's flagship city, Action News 24 starts now.
The controversy over new jobs at Erie City Hall may be coming to a close.
City Council says it's ready to give Mayor Rick Filippi what he wants. Good evening, I'm Sean Lafferty.
And I'm Kelly Gaughan. Erie City Council got another chance to grill Mayor Rick Filippi on his plan to create 2 new departments at City Hall.
They've been upset the departments and the new jobs were created without Council's approval. But tonight, the mayor was talking about compromise, and City Council apparently liked what they heard. Erie's new mayor will apparently get departments of customer service and communications, but it wasn't easy. Mayor Filippi presented City Council a compromise plan that includes cutting 2 of the new jobs he had been asking for. There was no official vote, but a majority of council members indicated they will vote in favor of the mayor's revised plan next Wednesday.
You know, I fulfilled, at least at this point, some of the goals that I wanted, or given myself the opportunity to fulfill those, and I think we've got a good plan, and with council's continued cooperation, we'll be able to move forward and get on to some more important issues. Council has repeatedly complained about the mayor acting without their permission, and Filippi has admitted that was a mistake. Councilman Ian Murray renewed that complaint, demanding a promise it wouldn't happen again, which the mayor did.
Is this about money, or is this about hurt egos at this point?
I don't think it's a matter of egos whatsoever. There are council people who feel that really we should show that we're tightening our belt the same as people have to. And I think that's more the thrust.
The controversy over paychecks also continues. The new departments and jobs created by Mayor Filippi still have not been approved by Erie City Council, and there's still no word on when or if the paychecks for those workers will be released. Payday is supposed to be tomorrow. The city controller may release those checks Friday or wait until council's official vote.
My office is caught in the middle. We try to do the best we can, but it's time we move forward and the city moves forward, resolve this so we can get going on more important issues.
Mayor Filippi has always argued he could legally pay new employees from his budget without council approval. Now, by eliminating 2 positions from the plan, Mayor Filippi cut his plan by $72,000. To create the new departments, council will still have to transfer about $292,000.
Craig Tyrone Ward is still waiting to find out if he is competent to stand trial. Erie County Judge Stephanie Dimitrovich has yet to decide if the man who admitted to being a child sex offender is stable enough for a trial. Ward was sentenced to spend up to 50 years in prison for sexually assaulting a teen under his care at Harbor Creek Youth Services. But earlier this month, Ward wanted to withdraw his plea and go to trial. Yesterday, a court-appointed doctor said Ward was not mentally competent to enter the guilty plea in October, but he also said Ward is incompetent to stand trial on the charges.
Former City of Erie police officer Greg DiLoretto is now appealing a speeding ticket, but he'll have to wait a little longer for a decision. The former patrolman was responding to a call when he collided with another car. The driver of that car, 26-year-old Jennifer George, was driving with a blood alcohol level above the legal limit. Investigators say DiLoretto's lights and sirens were not on at the time of the crash. The former cop was later convicted of driving at an unsafe speed. George remains hospitalized with severe head injuries.
Local Army National Guard soldiers are spending 3 weeks in a California desert undergoing the most realistic training the Army has to offer. In fact, the citizen soldiers say the only difference between this intense training and an actual battle is real ammunition. 230 Pennsylvania soldiers from Erie's 1st Battalion, 112th Infantry, are in the midst of the training of their lives in the Mojave Desert. The National Guardsmen are undergoing 24-hour operations and the most realistic training the Army has to offer.
You know, we're used to being in trees and hilltops and things like that in Pennsylvania and Georgia, but something like this is just, it's kind of surreal to actually be here. You know, considering everything that's going on.
The 3 weeks of training is intense. In fact, the only thing that isn't real is the ammunition. Troops fire blanks while hits and misses are scored by using laser-based equipment. The National Training Center consists of 643,000 acres, and the terrain is tricky.
We function under as close to real combat conditions as there is anywhere outside of combat. And it's a arid, high desert. It gets cold at night and very rocky, tough terrain to walk in.
While you may think the California climate would be welcome, our local soldiers say the temperature reaches a high of 60 degrees, but at night plummets to 20 degrees. Now, Pennsylvania's National Guard soldiers will return home tomorrow.
Erie County taxpayers got another chance to find out how they'll be affected by reassessment. Tonight, inside Girard High School, the third informational hearing about the project was held. In the next few weeks, you should receive detailed information in the mail regarding the new value of your property. There's one more informational hearing scheduled for next Wednesday at Wattsburg Elementary School. Now, if you want to check out your property, log on to this website, eriecounty.gov.org. More great news tonight for natural gas customers. National Fuel Gas is once again dropping rates. The decrease of just over 2% still has to be okayed by the state's Public Utilities Commission. It would save the average customer about $20 a year. Now, this is the third rate decrease in the past 6 months. Back in August, NFG cut rates by 24%, then cut them by another 13% in November. The rate cuts are the result of this year's warmer winter.
A new, better way to vote is on its way to Pennsylvania. Today, Governor Mark Schweiker signed Senate Bill 607. It establishes the statewide Uniform Registry of Elections, or SURE. It will link all 67 counties in Pennsylvania into one uniform system. The governor says the new systems will protect the accuracy and integrity of the state's voter registration system. No word on when the new system will officially go into effect. Well, the work of some of the area's most talented artists is now on display at Mercyhurst College. 14 art faculty members from the Mill Creek Township schools have assembled an exhibit of their work at the Cummings Gallery. Drawings, paintings, prints, photographs, even sculptures are on display. Most are even for sale. The artwork will be on display until February 14th. The exhibit has been an annual event now for the past 20 years.
The FBI says tonight there is a new serious threat to both the Super Bowl and the Olympics. That's coming up on Action News 24.
But first, thieves in Vermont pull off the biggest heist in that state's history.
And Old Man Winter sucks it to most of the nation, but for once, he misses Erie.
I'm meteorologist Tom Atkins. Temperatures remained on the cold side in Erie. A little bit of snow and ice, a lot more rain. Stay with us. Weather is next.
You're watching Action News 24 at 11 with Kelly Gahn and Sean Lafferty. Closed captioning for Action News 24 provided by McDonald's. Here are tonight's winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. See the live drawing every night at 7 on TV 24.
Got 29 seconds? Good, because you should know about the 29-hour sale at Value City Furniture.
This weekend only, take home a stylish tubular metal headboard for just $29.
Or a 72-inch bookcase in your choice of oak or alder finish, just $29.
Choose a 4-drawer chest in red, white, blue, or oak finish, only $29.
Or this retro-style brushed steel touch lamp. Take 2 for only $29.
The 29-hour sale this weekend only at Value City Furniture. Don't miss it.
Now, Erie's largest team of certified meteorologists with exclusive live Jet Pinpoint Doppler. This is Jet Pinpoint Weather with meteorologist Tom Atkins.
Good evening once again, everybody. Welcome back to Weather on a Thursday at 11. Lots to talk about tonight. First of all, of course, we've had much above normal temperatures for the month of January, not only in Erie, but around the eastern half of the country. Of course, that has contributed to some lower gas bills and some lower gas rates. But here's that storm, and again, we're going to have stories from like Vermont and New England where the blue is. That's where the snow, but the ice line from Erie and just to the north. Now, what makes that happen? It's this huge contrast in temperature. Remember, today, very cold to the north of Erie, very warm pressing up from the south. And that's pretty much what makes an ice storm, because the warm, moist air overrides that cold air. And if you got it down at the surface, still at freezing or below, like we had late last night and early this morning, even when it's falling as rain, it freezes on contact. And look at this temperature setup. Right now at 11 o'clock, 35 in Erie, 47 in Meadville, 50 in Franklin, 60 in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's high today was 73 degrees. Now, why the ice yesterday and this morning was not as bad as 1990, this is a little bit interesting. The 1990 storm had 5 inches of snow to start out with a high of 35 and a low of 28. But also, it had 2 inches of rain during that ice period, so there was a lot of liquid coming down to freeze on those cold surfaces. Our storm yesterday and this morning, only 4/10 of an inch of snow to start, 1.5 inches of rain, but the high started yesterday at 48 degrees, so the ground, as well as the trees and the wires and the roads, was warmer to start with, so the ice couldn't accumulate as quickly. Right now, still 33 from LaRue in Greenfield Township, but again, you get this north to south, cold to warmer temperature pattern. 40 from the Blakeleys in Edinburgh, 42 from Linden Sagertown, 47 from Dr. Tom Ardno in Meadville, and over in Oil City, 49 degrees. Some fog and some light rain around. Let's check it out with Jet Pinpoint Doppler. And what you can see here is, again, the mixture and the icy precipitation is not that far away. The green means rain across the lake in Erie and Point South. But the pink, there's the mixture right up in Ontario, probably about 50 miles to our north. But it's staying up there tonight. So as we go back to the graphics, this is what's going to happen. Big weather changes over the next 24 hours. The winds will kick in out of the east and south tonight. The rain will come down, the fog as well. Temperatures will go up. The storm goes by tomorrow morning. The winds shift to the west and northwest. It's quite windy. Then the temperatures come down, and we may have some snow showers by late in the day. For those of you out to the east, there is a high wind watch for tomorrow for Warren, McKean, and Elk counties, but it's going to be pretty much windy everywhere. After that, just seasonably cold weather, a little light snow or flurries through the weekend into early next week. Tonight, cloudy, damp, turning milder. Rain, drizzle, and fog. The rain could be heavy. Temperatures rising overnight. Tomorrow, Jet Pinpoint forecast along the lakeshore. We start at 42 in Erie. Then that starts to fall with the wind and the colder temperatures. Showers in the morning, snow showers later in the day. Gusty winds out of the west and northwest further south through Edinburgh and Meadville and Oil City. Morning showers, late day flurries. Your highs 46 to 52 in the morning, and then those fall. And out to the east in the Chautauqua-Allegheny zone, highs around 50 in the morning with that high wind watch. Morning showers, snow flurries late in the day. So for tomorrow night, everybody's brisk and much colder. There's some snow showers and flurries around. By Saturday morning, temperatures 17 to 22. Light snow and flurries for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. No big storms, but it is back to winter. Temperature-wise, but it relaxes precipitation-wise. By Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday should be drier with some sunshine. Sean and Kelly.
Oh, Saturday does look cold.
Boy.
Yes, a high of only 28.
Ooh.
Back to normal. Well, as we were saying over the past couple of days, it could have been a lot worse. The storm that we got still did cause some minimal damage, though, around the area.
That's right. Road crews from PennDOT were out all night. Now, the majority of local roads were only wet this morning. Temperatures remained around the freezing mark throughout much of the night, helping road crews battle what could have been very dangerous road conditions. And as you can imagine, local residents were relieved that the storm was not more severe.
Well, I was a little concerned, but I wait till I wake up and see what it's like. You know what I mean? I mean, you never know with Erie. It's very unpredictable, I think.
Pretty happy that it's not icy out.
GPU officials did report scattered power outages due to downed power lines under the weight of the buildup ice.
Well, he was overdue in some areas, but when Old Man Winter came calling today, he made up for lost time. From the Central Plains all through the Midwest, they're coping with ice and with snowfall that reaches 1.5 feet in some places. ABC's Jeff Morrell reports.
Winter finally showed its face in Chicago, dropping more than 1 foot of snow overnight. More than twice the total accumulation to date.
It's been a light winter, and it's payback time, I guess, now.
Less than a week after temperatures here top 60 degrees, Chicagoans are coping with the first significant snowfall of the season. Students snowed out of school aren't the only ones who appreciate this dramatic change of weather. Some livelihoods depend on it.
It's been terrible. It's the second time I've been out, but today's been good.
So much snow fell so quickly it may have caused this crane to collapse at a downtown construction site. There were no injuries in that accident, but the weather is being blamed for at least 10 fatalities in the Plains and Midwest, including a mother and son killed in a head-on collision with a pickup truck in suburban Chicago. A broad Arctic front is sweeping across the nation this week, from the deserts of Arizona and New Mexico to the beaches of New England. But the plain states may have gotten the worst of it. Not just snow, but ice. The governor of Missouri has declared a state of emergency. More than 250,000 people in Kansas City lost power when ice tree limbs snapped and fell onto utility lines. Crews are scrambling to restore power, but that could take days. The Great Lakes region was also hit hard. A wintry mix of snow and freezing rain has made roads treacherous in Detroit. More than 6 inches of accumulation was just too much for the roof of this pharmacy. Heavy, wet snow may have toppled this tree in Windsor, Canada, killing a man as he shoveled his driveway. This deadly storm is now bearing down on the northeast, but snow showers are expected to linger over the Great Lakes until this weekend, producing still more accumulation. Jeff Morrell, ABC News, Chicago.
On a related weather note, 32 GPU workers from western Pennsylvania left tonight, heading for Toledo, Ohio. They'll be working to help restore power lines after that city's huge ice storm this morning. As many as 50,000 Toledo residents are out of power tonight.
Chilling new details about possible plans for future terrorist attacks are revealed.
And a member of a motorcycle gang is arrested in the death of a Pennsylvania cop. When Action News 24 continues for Erie, Tionesta, Titiute, and all of the northwest Pennsylvania region.
Get Erie's most accurate forecast from the JET Pinpoint Weather Team of meteorologists every hour on Star 104 and Rocket 101.
Coming up tomorrow morning on Action News 24, doctors at a North Carolina school are developing a prostate cancer vaccine. The research is in the very early stages, but tests show the vaccine does boost a patient's immune system to fight cancer. And we'll also check in with Chef Alex for another culinary masterpiece.
And we're looking at some colder weather for Friday afternoon and continuing right on into the weekend.
Join us for this and more tomorrow morning.
Action News 24 is on your side tomorrow morning at 5:30. Here's a look at today's performance of the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the NASDAQ market. You're watching Action News 24 at 11.
More than 4 months after the terrorist attacks on America in September, the country has been alerted once again not to let its guard down.
ABC's Lisa Sylvester has the latest now on developments in the war against terrorism.
The real crusade on Super Bowl Sunday takes place long before kickoff. Thousands of law enforcement officers are logging long hours to secure the premises. Their job has been complicated by the news that real and high-quality fake police badges are being traded on the internet. In Afghanistan, documents found suggest terrorists have been considering attacks on landmarks like the Seattle Space Needle, hydroelectric dams, reservoirs, and nuclear power plants. Crude diagrams of nuclear weapons were also discovered.
Our challenge in this new century is a difficult one. It's really to prepare to defend our nation against the unknown, the uncertain, and what we have to understand will be the unexpected.
The White House is asking Congress to increase the defense budget by $48 billion as the U.S. expands its military focus to other countries. President Bush says there's a real danger if terrorist groups team up with nations with nuclear and chemical weapons. The president singled out Iraq, Iran, and North Korea.
We will not let them use their weapons of mass destruction to threaten the security of the United States of America. They are on notice, and I expect them to make the right decisions.
President Bush warned allies that this is not something the U.S. alone has to contend with, because these same weapons of mass destruction could just as easily be pointed at them. Lisa Sylvester, ABC News, Washington.
A member of the Pagans Motorcycle Club has been charged with shooting and killing a police officer near Philadelphia. 52-year-old Thomas Campbell was arrested after he wrecked his car during a police pursuit last night. He is in critical condition. Campbell is suspected of shooting 43-year-old Upper Darby police officer Dennis McNamara in the head during a traffic stop.
The owner of an armored car service in Rutland, Vermont says $2 million was stolen from his office today. An armed gunman tied up 2 guards before escaping with the cash. The guards were not injured. Authorities say someone might have been helping the robber with a getaway car. It's the largest heist ever in Vermont's history. Luckily, none of the guards, again, were injured.
This is video of former Attorney General Janet Reno passing out during a speech last night in Rochester, New York. Tonight, she is back in Miami and says she feels just fine. Doctors blame the 63-year-old's busy travel schedule and a lack of food. Reno says she doesn't think the incident will hurt her campaign to be the next governor of Florida.
The way you're served your meals at Hammett Medical Center has changed. Here's Mike Gallagher with tonight's Hammett Health Watch.
Room service. Hi. With your dinner tray here. My name is Becky, and I'm presenting your dinner to you today.
Hammett Medical Center is changing the way patients get their meals every day while hospitalized. In the olden days, you used to just receive your tray every breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Now it's more like a restaurant. The patient has a menu, they call in their order, and within a half hour, their meal is delivered.
A lot of it has to do with making the patients feel more in control of their environment. They come in, they're told everything that they need to do, and they're at the doctors' and nurses' whim of when things are going to happen. This is one item that they can take and have total control over themselves.
Not only is the service better, the selection better, but the food is better as well, and patients are noticing the difference.
Oh, the patients really like it. They really do. The patients are telling us that the food is good, and as they can have it whenever they want it. They choose what they want from the menu. They seem to be eating the meal. There's not as much throwaway as there used to be. The patients are eager when we bring it to their room, and they're ready and waiting for their breakfast or their lunch or their dinner, whatever they order.
The food, Mike, has been very good.
You like this whole room service idea?
I do like it. I think anytime that you can give a patient, you know, a choice and let them call their order in, it's like a hotel.
If you or a loved one is hospitalized at Hammett and the doctor puts you on a specific diet, no need to worry, because dietitians still make up the menu and are making sure the patients are getting what their doctors recommend. Mike Gallagher, Action News 24.
And it was a very busy night in sports tonight.
Wow, Scotty's here with sports now.
We've got all kinds of action. We're on the basketball court of the college, high school, and first we'll check out Gannon. Could they beat the #5 team in the region? We'll have all the highlights next.